Hello everyone, it's Kay here, and I'm here today because I was approached by inlovearts. I think they're doing the rounds of crafters on YouTube, and it's not a bad thing. It does introduce you to their site very nicely. There are incentives there if people make purchases from whatever you share. There will be links to everything in the description box below, and that's a requirement of the company, and basically all I had to do was pay postage and go from there. So to tell you a little bit about the site, as I show you my little pile of goodies here, as a lot of you will know, they are quite prolific in their advertising. They're all over Facebook, and as I say, they've contacted a lot of crafty people on YouTube to give them the opportunity to advertise, if you like, or support their company. The only thing I will say about them in my own experience is that the site is quite easy to maneuver. I would suggest that you look into their list of what they have available on the site before you troll through lots and lots of pages looking at stuff that perhaps wouldn't interest you depending on what you do in the crafty arena. There is a claimed 7-day postage. I waited a little bit longer, but that's hardly surprising because it was the holiday period here with Christmas, New Year, etc. And as I've already said, free postage over $25. Well, as you're approached, you get offered $25 to spend on the site, and you can choose literally whatever you like up to that point. I did go over. I made up the difference as one would. But they have currently a big sale on, so it's worth going over to have a look at what they have there. I'm going to run through what I chose, although this one on the top, I have to say, what is a bit of a misnomer. They're actually selling their embossing folders for £2.50 or $2.50, which is about $2.30 in sterling, depending on the exchange rate. This is not something that I would have selected, but I misread the description and didn't actually select a folder of my own choice. So I've kind of been sent this one as a company, any company would do, as a sample of the embossing folders. And if I just open it up and look at it for you, it won't be something that I will even try and do a project on because it's really not something that I would use. But you know, as a general look at the embossing folders, they're good quality. You've got the indent here to pick up on the actual embossing of the folder. It feels quite significant. It feels like every other embossing folder I've bought over a period of time. I'm pretty sure it would work with any of the Cuttlebug. I'm trying to think of the names of the embossing machines. I think it would go through most. I have the Grand Caliber. It would certainly go through that. Big Shot is another name that springs to mind, but I would imagine, and it is an imagine, just based on my knowledge of embossing folders, that would work through any of the ones currently on the market that would take that size of folder. I then bought these two dies, or requested these two dies. As you can see, I've not opened them. There will be links below the video. I can see just from how it's made that it's going to be okay going through the die machine. I can't foresee there being any problems. There is some small fine detail on it, but again, until I've tried it, I'm just showing you what I actually received, and that was another choice of mine. I am quite liking a little bit of mixed media, altering things, so I was interested in these polymer stamps, and to me that looks like it's going to be a very nice background. You know, this is what you look for when you're looking through items, and they have a wealth of stamps and dies and mixed media products, the paints and all that kind of thing. You just have to be prepared to go through so much of it to find a particular thing that interests you. It is like most sites internationally, they try to cover every aspect of a crafter's needs, and you know, a lot of it will come down to you trying what suits you and moving on from there. This is another lovely die set. I fell in love with it. I do love the foliage and so on, and I will come back and share a little something with you with using that particular item. I then like journaling and that kind of thing, and spotted this die envelope. Nothing special about it. They're, you know, out there. There's a grand selection, but I did like the decorative edge on the envelope, the fact that the areas that you need to fold and score are clearly marked for you. So again, I'll be back with a little indicator of how this looks once it's been put through the die cutting machine that I have. And then I absolutely adore vellum, and these are called background papers, and it is completely neutral, so I'm hoping it will suit a lot of different projects. Although I did watch another YouTuber this morning who had tried to glue the vellum, and it really doesn't lend itself to that very well. Perhaps it was the glue that was being used, I don't know, but you know, I will get back to you on that and let you know how I find it. But these are really pretty, very subtle. They would do for an awful lot of things. You could use them for added layers in tags over the top, you know, just to have whatever is underneath shining through. There are different designs all the way through, as I'm sure you can see here. Another circular design, a heart design, not bad with Valentine's Day fast approaching. Not that I do a great deal with that, but all in all, I have to say, for I think they're 6x6, it looks like a 6x6. Let me just see if I can see it on the... No, it's... but I would imagine... Hold on, let me just get the mandatory ruler out and just check it out for you. Oh well, 6.5 by 6.5, which is actually quite a nice size, whether you're card making or using them for embellishments. You know, they will do the work that needs to be done, and they were, all of this was very nicely packaged. It had this lovely bit of foamy stuff in it, keeping it all together, so they don't take chances with anything being damaged en route. So all that remains for me to say is, if you haven't heard from them yourselves, or if you like bargains, because they certainly do have some of those on the site, then obviously go along and check it out yourselves and just see if there's anything there that grabs your eye. I'll be back with a couple of projects and share with you more information about these products if there's anything new to say, but I think it's all pretty self-explanatory, and it all comes down now to the test of using these items and hopefully getting the best out of them. So thank you for sharing this time with me, and I will be back again soon. Take care everyone. Bye bye for now.